We don't have to introduce the show just yet. Maybe we can. Maybe we have a conversation. We ease into it.
Here's the thing about Dippin' Dots. They're so small and so frozen.
Maybe it's also the ice cream of the future.
Maybe I can.
So why don't you get with the program?
Yeah, you fucking join us in the 22nd century.
Get out of the past with your fucking regular ice cream.
If I'm at the mall and there's like a Haagen-Dazs,
what about a Cold Stone?
I'd go to a Cold Stone.
I love Cold Stone. What about those sizes? Gotta have it. You're like a crackhead.
Yeah,
gotta have
like
it.
it, love it. Can we just spitball some like new ones?
Yes.
Please.
You go first. Okay, I think we've got it.
Okay. Right.
I'd like Better Be Sharing this with the table.
Better be sharing. Better be sharing. That's it. Better be sharing. Like it, love it. Gotta have it. Better be sharing. This is shaming fat people all over the world. You can eat, once you get deep enough in, you can have some carbs. They won't knock you back out. I'm not doing this to be healthy. I'm doing it to lose weight. I don't give a shit about being healthy. I die at 55. Who gives a shit? I'll have done everything I need to do in the next 25 years.
And take it down. Welcome to the Probcast.
This is our weekly hangout. We come and we hang out and talk about the weekend news and some stuff we've been playing. You know what a video game podcast? You know what that is? Because that's what this is.
This is it. It's the most generic kind.
Yeah, we don't bring anything to the table, so hopefully you'll enjoy our personalities.
Boy, I hope that you like listening to us talk about things that hopefully you like too.
Yes.
Or don't like also.
Yes, and I am Tyler.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Jason.
So Jason's chomping at the bit.
I'm champing is actually that's what it means. What it calls.
So we're gonna try to maybe delay what Jason wants to say as long as possible.
Oh, it's fine. I'm a patient man.
I do have some news. Typically, we start off with the news, but I also have a fun sponsor, so maybe we want to do that first.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hear from our sponsor.
If I could remember how to spell it. So we're this week we're sponsored by the major motion picture.
Oh, good.
Colossal, starring Anne Hathaway.
I'm so excited to be sponsored by this movie, and I'm so excited for you to join the fan revolution. The fan.
Yeah, you join the revolution.
Now, when can I go see this movie?
There's no way to know. It's coming out, but you have to vote on whether or not it comes out or something.
It's the fan-owned revolution, Tyler.
Yeah, it's the fan revolution. And I did make a snarky remark on their Facebook page, and they did respond. So let's just watch the trailer. Jason, have you seen the trailer?
I have seen the trailer
for Colossal.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's what's his name and
Jason
Catwoman.
Sudeikis and Catwoman. And she's living in a house. There's nobody in there.
Who's that man?
Boyfriend packed her shit up, and she's got to go. Jason Sudeikis somehow is becoming like a romantic male lead. I don't know how it's happening. Kaiju though.
Handsome.
Look,
boy.
the big monster.
Don't remember anything.
She's quirky though. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
And she's maybe like funny and kind of a mess.
You all right?
It's this nervous tick I have.
And she has a nervous tick, which is how you know that her and the kaiju are connected in some way. Because there would be no other way for them to explain that to you through storytelling. She has to have some random thing where she does scratch her head. And no one else would ever scratch their head. But now she's raised her hand, and the kaiju also raised her hand.
It's an instant classic.
Yeah, an instant classic. People will be watching this for years to come.
This is a totally instant classic situation.
This looks amazing.
It's really audacious and original.
With the pilot and everything? I feel terrible.
So here's the thing about this movie is that it's not a terrible premise for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they did not have enough faith in it to just make it a movie.
I think probably it's just some sort of marketing ploy. I don't really think.
It looks like
You don't
a
think it's a real
stupid
movie?
rom-com with a big monster.
Oh, Jason!
What?
Oh, what if that's what it is? What if it's not a real movie? They just like made the trailer and it's like a viral marketing thing for like
Yeah.
Cloverfield 3.
That's 100%.
That would be awesome.
Think about that.
That would be amazing.
That would be cool. But that's not what it is. This is
No,
for
that's
sure
what
a
it
real movie
is.
that's coming out.
You can't make a whole movie about that. It's impossible.
Well, they did.
Watch them.
When's it come out, Tyler?
I don't know. Let's watch. Let's buy Colossal
Yeah,
tickets
this
on
is-
Pending. April 7th. So
Oh, it's out.
It's out.
In theaters now.
In theaters
Nope, not a
now.
real
You
movie.
can-
Nope.
Colossal, starring Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis.
Look at the poster.
I refuse. Yeah, yeah. Scratch head.
I do just want to see if maybe it's playing at a theater near.
Frandango.
Mm-hmm.
Where you live, Jason? What's that zip code?
92707.
Uh-huh. Jason's got the best chance, let's be honest.
Of getting to
Yep.
see Colossal.
Yeah, Edwards.
Jason, you go to Edwards University Town Center 6, you see
Mhm.
Colossal.
Yeah. over there in
10-10.
Irvine.
If you leave right now, you can make it.
I'm gonna
Um,
head over.
Yeah, you make it. You go see it. Let's see.
It's
if
free because they're a
How
sponsor.
could
so
they make it?
How? Oh, nope. Not for us, though, Thomas.
Oh, not in the Birmingham
Real
area.
Not in the Birmingham area. Maybe the Atlanta area?
Mhm.
We just didn't want it hard enough.
Didn't want it
Yeah,
hard
okay,
enough.
so we'll have to go to the Midtown
we have to go
Art.
to Atlanta.
Yeah, we have to drive over to the Midtown Art Cinema to see Colossal.
Oh,
Very
because it's an
good.
art,
Very
art
good.
film.
I'm
I'm surprised the Edge didn't get it.
saw an unreleased episode of Battlestar Galactica at the Midtown Art one time.
Very good. I've been to the Midtown Art. I saw Shame at the Midtown Art.
Uh-huh.
Don't recommend it.
I felt shame at the Midtown Art.
Yeah, that's a very sad movie about Michael Fassbender being a sex addict, and there's a lot of it's very graphic and
Uh-huh.
make you feel weird.
Get like
Well, I've never been
do you
to
get
the
to see his
Midtown
big
Art
old
Cinema,
hog?
so
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because he have sister walk in on him while masturbating to cam porn.
Mhm.
Which you think would be funny, but in the context of the movie, it's actually very upsetting. It's actually very upsetting. And then you have to drive home from Atlanta and think about it.
Oh.
I did that with Synecdoche, New York
Think
too.
about it.
silently in the car by
Think about it
yourself.
while you
I drove-
milk.
Yeah, think about your sister while you milk. Star Wars Battlefront 2 coming
This
soon.
time with a story.
They got a story mode in it.
Really?
You play as a girl who's on the Empire.
And then you play through all the multiplayer maps?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's just like, yeah, it's a story where you get to go every place where the multiplayer maps are and have a battle with AI.
So they're kind of doing a Titanfall thing where they released Titanfall 1, didn't have a story, and they wanted you to pay full price for just online multiplayer. And they're doing the same thing, except for like Titanfall 1 was actually really, really good and like worth the money. And Star Wars Battlefront 1, or well, the previous Star Wars Battlefront was a fine game that looked really good, but kind of boring overall.
Yeah, kind of boring.
Now
This has always confused me. There was a Star Wars Battlefront 2 already, right?
Yeah, there was a Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2, but it was Star Wars : Battlefront. That was back when LucasArts made them.
It's such a weird thing to do.
Right?
Why?
Right.
Why wouldn't you name it something else? It's not that
Brand
far
recognition.
back.
Or just, why didn't they just call it Battlefront 3?
Yeah.
Is the real question.
Different. Different.
Why not just call it Battlefront 3
It's
and
just
then call
it's
this
just
one
very
Battlefront
confusing.
4?
I would imagine since EA is making it, there was some kind of rights issue between
Yeah.
them and LucasArts and now Disney.
Probably, yeah.
So that's probably what it was. But anyway, so look forward to that in November. I look forward to that
Does it
coming
have
out.
trailer?
Yeah.
Do you guys
okay.
have any
What's it
like
do?
alternate titles for it? I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Star Wars Shoot 'em Good 1.
Very good.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. This time, we hope no one complains.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, the sequel to Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I bought this for PS4. and played
Did
it,
you
like,
really?
Played it like 3 times, yeah.
It looked really
It looked
good.
amazing,
Like
yeah. And it was fun.
the dice engine's incredible, but
yeah.
it's just kind of boring.
Yeah. Just didn't have a lot of depth to it.
Mr. Shifty. We talked about this when we played Mr.
Yeah,
Shifty. We
'cause
didn't
it-
talk about
it
it
did
last
have-
week after we played it, but it does have like very
issues.
weird slowdown issues. Like it's rare that it's a frame rate problem. Most of the time, it is like
A freeze.
it stops, like it just freezes for like 2 frames and then keeps going where it was. And it seems like it's supposed to sometimes. Like after you hit somebody, it freezes. It seems like maybe that was to like let you see the cool thing that you did. But it's not bad enough that I don't want to play the game. I still really like it. But people were complaining about it on Twitter, and Team Shifty responded on Twitter, says there's always the Steam version, winky face.
Cool.
Basically saying, fuck you for buying the Switch version, buy the other version if you want to play it. If you want to play it without any problems.
Yeah, that's such a shitty thing to say.
Yeah, it's terrible. Actually, game developers have been pretty shitty on the internet all week long. Did y'all read about the thing with the Kotaku documentary?
The Kotakumentary.
Yeah, it's like about, what's it called? It's something culling. Jason, do you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Frustrum culling.
Okay.
So showing you the technique of frustrum culling, which is basically where they like they unload the assets that you're not currently looking at,
Yeah.
and in order to like make this give more power to what you are actually looking at. And Kotaku said like that it's interesting, like it's a neat thing that a lot of people don't know about. Game developers came out and like basically were like, oh, you don't know everything about my job, so you must be a dumb idiot. And they started like really throwing shade on Kotaku. It was really weird. And then, because you didn't know, Jason, you're into like making games. You didn't know what this was called.
No, I didn't know what it was called.
It just seems.
I know what they do that they do that. But that's cool.
It
It's
just
still
seems
a cool GIF. It's like cool. Yeah, teach people about.
It
how
just
games
seems
made.
weird. Just seems weird that would be like if someone didn't know something about like internet security.
Frustrum culling, you mean? Like
yeah, like
get with it.
Yeah, fuck all y'all game devs.
Yeah,
Quit making
yeah.
games. How about these Japanese? We didn't watch the Japanese one, but there's like rumble boobs.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
Rumble boobs.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch Direct in Japan showed off what I guess is a visual novel. I don't know what it is.
It's like a dating sim. So it is through innuendo implied that you are touching her boobs. You are clearly supposed to be holding her hands. From the image, you see.
Because he like reaches out. HD rumble from hand holding. This is how they know what boobs feel like, guys. Is
What?
the flan.
What?
Mm-hmm. Oh, is the feel of the HD rumble correct when I'm moving the balloon? They couldn't have at least gotten like some breast implants in that lab.
What's happening?
Well, look at the boobs of the cat woman in front of you.
Look at your boobs as you milk. Look at the boobs as you milk.
Make eye contact as you milk.
So wait. So are they?
Yes.
So
Yes, Jason?
This is Nintendo,
Yeah.
and
This
they're
is from
they're making it so that
Now Nintendo's not making. This is not a Nintendo game. This
Okay.
is a third-party game.
This is a game coming to Nintendo Switch.
It's
in
coming
Japan.
to Nintendo Switch in Japan, and also Tyler's console because he
Yeah, which means you can buy it.
okay, and let
And
me
it'll play.
just one more thing.
Yeah. Yes. You
and
there?
these people are positing that breasts feel like a water balloon filled with
Correct.
water,
Yeah. And so what they're doing in the
and
the
also
video is that,
flan.
yes. So what they're doing in the video is that they're comparing
This is like, oh
feeling
yes.
a water balloon
Oh,
to
yes.
how the HD rumble feels when
This
they make the
is
same
exactly
hand
like
motion.
a.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, look at the boobs in the picture, though.
As you milk.
I imagine that those boobs would feel like a water balloon,
Mhm.
considering the shape that they're making.
Sandbag.
I have a question for you. What about a flan?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like that's the weirdest one is that they just like let a flan like fall to a plate.
Like a piece of pudding? What was that?
It was a flan.
I think that it was a flan. Japanese love flan. I learned
Yeah,
that from
they love
Persona
it.
5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a weird one, and you can look forward to when
Across
that
the
comes out
board.
to us figuring out how to play it. Even though I can't read Japanese, I will figure it out,
Yep.
and I will.
And
I
you will
get-
hold some hands.
I
Yeah.
will hold hands
Yeah,
with
you
women.
will hold a flan.
What's the next piece of news?
Fast food. NES Classic. You can't buy it.
Why did
You
they
can't
pull
buy
it?
this dumb thing.
Why did they pull it?
They can't make enough, so they just were like, "Fuck it, who cares?"
Well,
Like,
no, they're supposedly going to do SNES.
I don't think that's a good reason to pull this thing, though.
Yeah,
They're just
people want
swapping
that.
over the molds.
Swapping
It's
over
the same
molds.
factory that's making these things, but they can only make one.
That's probably true, but like at the same time,
That's why there were so many amiibo shortages. Like, they just didn't contract enough factories to make them, basically. They didn't make enough molds.
I think
to,
the issue
like,
with
keep building
the
them.
issue with the NES Classic is that they never made enough at all.
Oh, no, of course
Um,
not. But now they're going to do the same thing with the SNES Classic.
Yeah, this is also a rumor, by the way. Might not be real. SNES Classic Edition on the way.
It's got
short
Madden
cable.
pre-installed.
It's got Madden 97 pre-installed. A lot of people are hoping for.
That'd be great if it was just an NES, and then it just came with a fucking Madden in it.
With a Madden cartridge
Yeah,
like
that's
this was
all it
part of the
was.
model.
It's just like
It's
no,
very
it was like
funny.
it was like molded into the plastic.
Yeah.
It's just
Uh-huh.
it's just that's all it had on it. It's just Madden. They just made a machine that plays Madden 97.
Yeah, I don't think so. I would say that this is not real. I would say that they are going to launch the Virtual Console at E3, and that will
Oh,
be the
boy, they
way.
better.
That will be the way that you have to play classic SNES games.
Just Billy, we're gonna launch Virtual Console, and we're gonna have Mother 3 be a part of it.
Yeah, and you can buy it again.
Make my life.
But yeah, I don't think they'll make this. Like it is.
Oh yeah, they will.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
But it's
should.
not gonna have any of the cool third-party stuff anybody wants on it.
Yeah, they could make it, or did you say they should make it, Jason?
They should make it. It'd be very.
I mean,
smart
yeah, they should,
idea.
but like it would kind of eat their own lunch a little bit, you
For
know.
what? How? The people that
Peop-
bought the NES
No, they just
Classic
don't
are
make
not
enough
the same
of them.
people that like buy a Switch and then like want. The
Yeah,
Virtual
yeah, they
Console.
are because
No,
if you
'cause my
got
brother,
an
my brother has
Okay.
has it, and he wanted it. He like really searched it out. It's like normal people that like want to play games that they played when they were kids and aren't really
But
video
that's-
game people. Like
no,
I didn't
that's
buy
not.
one.
It's not
Like, why
normal
would
to
I buy
like
one?
really. It's not normal to really try to find one of these. Like that in itself like takes you to a different level than like my mommy.
Right.
Because my
But
mommy
I'm
played
saying, like,
NES,
people our
liked it.
age who aren't necessarily huge gamers, but like are like,
Mhm.
oh, this is kind of a fun thing to have around the house. That's who
Yeah.
bought it. I think that's
Mhm.
it, in my opinion. That's who bought it.
I don't know.
I
if
think
that's
it's
right.
Nintendo's core audience.
Yeah, I think
that
it's just
bought
people
most
that
of
I think
them.
that's just people that would have bought Nintendo shit anyway. Like your brother is obviously an exception to that if that is
Right.
the rule, but I think that it's just people that like suck Nintendo's dick all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like they could make this, but like why would they? Why wouldn't they just be
Because-
like you can buy all these on Nintendo Switch, buy that?
Can't wait for somebody to
Because
post how
it's
offended they are.
It's
About-
a totally different market. This is
Kind of.
the idea is that this is a physical collectible item as well.
Yeah, but
Like,
if they
it
can
comes in the
only
fun
make
box.
like 4,000 of them, then what difference does it make? Like the reason why the NES Classic was
then I mean, how much did it really cost for them to make versus how much money they're going to make on them, and then
right,
they're
but
gone,
they
and then they
already
can be like, now we're gonna do a Nintendo 64 one.
but they already can't make enough Switches.
Uh-huh.
So they're already like, and that's their money maker. So
It's not the
like,
same
I don't-
factory that's making the Switch that's making the NES Classic. It's like a totally cheap factory that's like just pushing out garbage all day.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying, and they're just gonna switch the molds over to the new one.
okay. Well, we'll see when it comes out.
Still gonna
I
use
think
that
that
stupid Wii plug.
I think the NES Classic came out because they didn't have anything for last year, and they wanted to build buzz around Nintendo and give people good feelings about Nintendo before their console launched. So so at this point, like if that's true, there's no reason for them to launch an SNES Classic or an N64 Classic or whatever else.
I think the NES Classic was the same tool set, because they use that Wii plug. It's probably the same factory that made the Wii.
Yeah, it's just a fucking like tiny computer with an emulator on it in there. But all I'm saying is like, there's no real good reason for them to make it. I mean, will they make it? Maybe, but
It made them money.
not a lot of money because they only made like a few thousand of them.
But
Like
they wanted,
they-
but they wanted to. Everybody wanted them. Like the demand is there. Like people are
Mhm.
still looking for it.
yeah, and they stopped making it.
Yeah.
So like,
So I don't understand.
'Cause
Like, if there's
if it was-
demand,
because
why would
if
you
it-
not
but if it-
fill demand?
That's what I'm saying. Like if it was about the money, and then they knew they could sell like through a ton of NES Classic editions, why would they suddenly stop and be like, okay, it's SNES now? Like that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
So
No, it
like for
doesn't.
them to just randomly move to the SNES because the Nintendo Classic was such a huge moneymaker for them, that doesn't really hold.
So you
Uh,
feel like
I don't
they're
know. Amiibo was a big moneymaker for them, but
And
not
they
all of
remade
those.
all of
not
them.
all of them got reprints.
I mean, almost all the ones that mattered did.
but even then, there's still ones now that you can't get anymore.
Which ones?
Like those reruns are the last time they did it. So like if you want the original run of like the Zelda Smash Bros amiibo,
Yeah.
some of those are actually getting like Link is kind of getting hard to come by.
Yeah. I mean, but
There's just not that many in circulation anymore because they don't make them anymore. So I don't know. There's something to the force,
demand for stuff like that
still
is
creating the force
significantly
scarcity
lower.
of it.
Yeah. The Nintendo is the king of force scarcity, but like demand for an amiibo has got to be significantly lower than the NES Classic thing was. Like those NES Classic things were fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it
people
was
were
nuts.
selling out in like a minute if anybody ever got any.
Yeah.
So like it's a weird move for them to discontinue it. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the SNES Classic Edition out, but like I don't think they need to. I think that they can probably just be like, look, you can play Chrono Trigger on the Switch. Why don't you buy that?
Yeah.
Because that's where they're going to make their money on. Is once you buy this, that's it. Like there is no opportunity cost for
Well,
a
because they
SNES
didn't
Classic
put
or
it
an NES Classic.
online. I mean, if it was
Yeah,
connected
like
to
you
the
get
eShop
you
or
get
something
these
like
games
that, then
and
it would
that's
make
it.
sense.
So they make $99 one time, and like that's not a good business model. What you want to do is you want to get people into your ecosystem.
See, if they make another
so-
one, like if they made an SNES Classic and then they put like 3 games on it and then open
Mhm.
you up to the eShop so you could buy,
Yeah, they
whatever
would
game you
never
want.
they would never do that. That would cannibalize 100% cannibalize like a lot of the Switch people. Like the people that would buy a Switch
Is
because
that
they
a
want to play
selling
the
point
classic
for the
games.
Switch?
Not yet. It will be.
Yeah, I guess it would be, but
It depends on how much they're going to launch with.
Yeah, no, it won't be for most people because we all know that if we really want to play Super Nintendo games, you download an emulator, play it on your computer.
Because a lot of those Wii games aren't gonna port
For what?
to the Switch, like as a virtual console item.
Those weren't virtual console on the
On the Wii U, it was
it
had
was
to
an
reboot.
emulator. Like it was running a Wii basically inside of there. So I mean, virtual console, like at E3, they'll definitely be like, check out the virtual console. It's got a bunch of SNES games, and isn't it cool to play it on that? And then that'll be it. But they might do an SNES Classic, but I just don't think like there's a reason why that they discontinued the NES Classic, and I think it is because it was a pain in the ass to make, and they couldn't make enough, so they just quit making them. And you know that's all I'm saying.
Or they just want to quit manufacturing whatever that controller port thing is.
Yeah, maybe they want to kill the Wii port.
They're done with it, and they want to quit making anything that has anything to do with
That's
it.
possible.
Yeah, if they put USB plugs in front of it, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I just don't like. You don't need this. Like this would the thing that this needed to be was like fucking at Urban Outfitters or like what's Bed Bath and
Spencer's?
Beyond. Like it needed to be in the middle of Bed Bath and Beyond, like the Sega one is.
Is there a
and they
Sega
for
one?
whatever reason
like,
couldn't.
It's
Oh, yeah.
in some really weird part of the Belk.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
And then they didn't, and it would have been a huge hit because mom, especially at Christmas time, because moms at Christmas are like, I don't know what to get my gamer son.
Oh, he likes a Nintendo.
Yeah, and so and they had almost no stock around Christmas, so it has to be some kind of supply chain problem, and they just decided it wasn't worth their time. I don't think that they are stopping in order to make
Also,
the SNES Classic.
Well, just also Nintendo hate money, I think.
So let's maybe move into a little discussion of games we played.
What
this
did
week.
you play?
I played Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I am deep into past where you can stream it. Persona 5. So the you can't stream past, or they'll. I think they said that you can't stream past maybe July 7th or something like that in the game. because something does happen on July 7th that's like pretty story heavy. So it would make sense that they didn't want people to like spoil it for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a ton more to say about it. I will say that I'm 36 hours in, and they just taught me a new system. So like it's never over the tutorial. You're always in it.
Wow,
and I'm
that's
at a
intense.
yeah, and I'm at a point now where it's summer break for me now, so I have the whole day to kind of do whatever I want. But that also means that my friends have the whole day to do whatever they want. So I'm getting a lot of text messages in the morning from like multiple friends, and it's making me choose which one to hang out with that day. And once you choose, that's it. Like you can't hang out with them, the other person, the next day. That invitation goes away. So I'm having to make that hard choice, which is neat. And I'm getting my what's the word? Doesn't matter. Getting my confidant level up with Lady On, who is the quarter American model girl, whom I'm hoping, there she is. Hoping to make her my girlfriend. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. So it's yeah, and I'm on the fourth dungeon or something, but this game real good. I like it a lot, and you download it, you play it.
You guys remember the Paranoia Agent?
Yeah, Paranoia Agent's very
theme
good.
song.
I remember the theme song, maybe. I remember it being not appropriate. Hi, enjoy the music. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, smash that like
Oh,
button.
Yeah, this didn't
Oh, it's like Tech House.
didn't really go. You ever watch this, Jason?
yeah. If you never watched this show,
No.
highly recommend. Very good.
Yeah, it's like 20-something episodes. It's one season.
Oh,
It's very
I
good.
can do it, and I don't have to ruin my life.
That's how we watched it. We watched it on fucking
Yeah,
YouTube.
just watch it on YouTube.
Okay,
yeah,
there you go.
the whole thing's on YouTube.
Just watch it on YouTube.com.
But each episode is divided into two
Is it-
parts.
is
Yes,
it-
I guess.
Is it subbed or dubbed?
it's dubbed,
Oh, I don't want to watch it dubbed.
which is
I
fine. It's fine. Shut the
It's
fuck
the
up.
dub is fine.
It's
yeah.
fine.
The dub's still good.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't
But
like.
I think
I like
they
it,
may
I like
have it in
better.
Japanese.
It's fine.
I like it with subs,
It's fine.
except for Miyazaki movies. They're fine dubbed because the dub.
That is the
really
only. There are some instances where the English voice actor is like does not
ruins it for
capture
me?
the
Yeah.
character. But overall, that's the one thing about anime that makes that I'm just like, ugh. That's at a certain point I'm just like, okay, just fucking watch it.
good. Yeah.
But
The dub
it's-
versus sub controversy.
like Frieza, that's a bad dub. I think we can all agree.
I like the first round, not the. No, I didn't like.
Sounds
it when
like
they went
old
back in
lady.
Kai. That's the whole point. His Japanese
you-
voice is
what
a
do
little
you-
different.
What are you, weeaboo Jeff Foxworthy? Might be a bad dub.
Now that might be a bad dub.
Now Frieza,
If you
if you are
If
listening to
you're-
a voice actor talking and he's throwing you out of the story, that might be a bad dub.
that might be a bad dub. If your alien male character sounds like an old woman from the 50s,
That
That
might
might
He's
be
got
a bad
lipstick
dub.
on and stuff though.
That
Like
might be a
that's
bad dub.
all part of it.
That's
part of the bit.
Is very good.
That is a show though that the dialogue and like characterization totally changes between the sub and the dub. Like
Save it.
it's just like
save it for the anime cast.
the dub is not even
It's
the
not
same
this one.
show.
You make your own show about anime.
Mm-hmm.
Then you talk about that.
It's called Probably
well,
Boring.
we just
There we
talked
go.
about anime for about 20 minutes, so.
I don't want to get into the minutia of it.
Right, yeah,
we
that's
just
true.
talked about like stuff that we liked about it.
Mhm.
I don't want to compare and contrast dub versus like I don't want to do that.
Dub v
Mhm.
sub.
I don't want to do that.
That's one of
Yeah,
my
dub
favorite.
v sub.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite historic court cases.
Dub v sub.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to start doing like a epic mealtime style thing. Dub v sub, and then it's just like Phil and
then-
Thomas
it's
going.
just a- it's
I
just
really like that dub.
It's like a court case.
A landmark.
it's just
It's
you-
a landmark. Court
It's just
case.
you guys on the. It's just you guys on the couch going. I don't know about that dub.
Watch this dub. Not sure about this dub.
Yeah. This
Man,
one could have
that's
been
not a
better.
great dub.
This one could have been better.
This could have been a better dub. Thomas.
Yeah, well, let's let Thomas go, and then we'll let Jason go.
So I've been playing 2.5 games
Mm-hmm.
a lot
Mhm.
recently.
Mhm.
So I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda.
Uh-huh.
How's that going?
It doesn't stop though.
What do you mean?
Like it doesn't
Oh.
end. It just feels like every time that I'm like, oh man, I think we're getting somewhere. No, we're not getting anywhere. There's
How many hours are you into it?
who knows,
It doesn't tell you?
too many.
That's not a very interesting stat for you?
I really am kind of enjoying the story a
Here we
little
go.
bit, and the gameplay itself I do enjoy. I just I don't know. I'm not sure I'm having fun doing it as much as I am just obsessing over it and playing it a lot.
Mhm.
But often even I'm just like wasting time. The other game I've been playing a lot is still Zelda, of course.
Yeah, you've been playing a little
I've
Zelda.
been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild because I can take my Switch everywhere, and it's the best game on that. And we've talked about Zelda extensively. I'm not sure what else there really is for us
Oh, here's a cartoon.
To-
Andrew.
talk about.
Yeah, you're
with
kind of
this
at the
game.
point. Jason's a little earlier than you, but you're kind of at the point in the game where you like know what it is, right? Like you there's no more new.
I have all the cool stuff that
Yeah.
I need. I mean, there's more cool stuff I could go get. Like I'm farming Guardian parts right now.
but there's
basically.
no new real core mechanic discovery for you at this point.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not even kinda. Like I'm.
Like there's still fun shit to do in the game, but maybe you're not gonna like figure out that you can, or maybe they're not gonna teach you how to do something new.
Yeah, at this point, I just need to have figured it out for myself. So yeah, I think I'm about ready at this point to just like go get Ganon.
Be
though.
Ganon.
I think I'm about ready to be done with it.
Yeah.
I got Mario Kart coming out soon. I need to be done with Zelda. I think the thing is that I'm not quite ready yet.
Yeah, I think
though.
about it a lot. Like I haven't played it since I finished it, or since I finished the last shrine, and I still think about it quite a bit. Like I wish that there was more for me to do in the game because I loved being in the game so much. So I'm really looking forward to the DLC stuff.
Yeah, I've already bought the expansion pass. I'm pretty
What's that half game?
excited about it. So the half game would be the Puyo Puyo Tetris
'Cause
demo.
it's a demo. How are you finding that?
I'm still going at it, and I just, man,
It's not clicking for you.
Puyo Puyo, I'm having trouble, like, Tetris I can line up,
Mhm.
you know. Tetris
Yeah,
makes
you know-
sense to
you
me.
know
I've
how-
played Tetris for
Yeah,
a long
you
time.
play it.
I've been playing Tetris since I was a little kid. Puyo Puyo is a new game to me,
Yeah.
and I don't seem to understand what the good ways of making it do
What the
are.
strategy to Puyo Puyo is.
How men make the Puyo Puyo do the good.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I get that. It's yeah,
Here's the
it's
thing.
not super
you
intuitive.
You just play it, and then you get better at it. So that's
kind
my,
of-
I'm
yeah.
getting better at it. I'm starting to figure out how to do little combos here and there.
Yeah. Like eventually for me, Puyo Puyo took me a while too, but I was also playing in Japanese, so I had like no idea what the fuck was going on, and I'd never played a Puyo Puyo Pop game up until this one. Eventually, like I watched the computer enough that I kind of gleaned what they were doing but it's still there's still more luck for me in Puyo than there is in Tetris. Like Tetris I'm
Mhm.
very good at, and then Puyo I can play it and look like I'm doing something that I'm actually thinking about, but there's a lot of just like, well, maybe later this will line up, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I that is something that I also felt about it was like I was just like, well, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but sometimes I do it right, and then
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
The big thing with Puyo Puyo, and this is a quick hot strat for you guys, is the big thing with Puyo Puyo, especially if you're playing versus Puyo Puyo, is you have to have left yourself open to create 4. Even if you don't make a combo, you still need to be able to create 4 with almost any color at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they do some shit, it's gonna the
Yeah.
garbage stuff will show up there, and the more combos that you can make while the garbage stuff is up there, it will disappear. So that's where I go wrong a lot, is that I'm trying to set up some crazy ass combo, but I can't make just 4.
Yeah, you're
and
not
I
gonna
get-
be able
I
to
get-
fix it.
Yeah, and you can't fix it after that because once it starts dropping garbage, then your whole board is
Yeah.
fucking done. You got to start over. So that's Puyo Puyo Tetris. Jason, your turn.
Okay. I've been
you
playing
ready?
a lot of stuff, yeah, for sure. But I thought I would start off with the thing we played yesterday, which I'm pretty excited about, which is Flinthook.
Oh, Flinthook. Flinthook is real good.
And boy, oh boy, I was not expecting it. Like, it kind of hit me out of nowhere. It's a roguelite action game with a like almost a completely perfect core control mechanic. It's awesome. It just feels great. Very very fun to play. You have a hook and a gun, and they're all pointed with the left stick, and you can slow down time, and you play it. It's it's just
very good.
I'm just so excited to play more of it. It's one of my favorite mechanics in a very long time.
Yeah, I really like it a lot too. The motion, like the locomotion of your character is really really interesting because basically everything you do is wherever you're moving toward. Like everything's in front of you the whole time, like your gun and everything, so you can't fire behind you. So that kind of makes you think about these hooks in some interesting ways and slow down time in some interesting ways because you can't like, point the right stick behind you or anything.
Right, yeah. You don't have like it's not a twin stick. So it's button based. And it's very hard.
Yeah.
I tried to play it after a couple of drinks last night, and not not the best game to play.
Yeah, it's real
It's
precise.
very precise. It had a lot of fun with it. It's got all the really really good roguelike hooks to it as well.
Flint hooks.
So you have all the items and there's a level up system. There's card packs, which is crazy.
Yeah, the perks are weird.
Yeah, I played about another 30 minutes of it today, and I'm just like, I want to play more. That's
so the
probably what I'll
perks
go
are
back to.
like, Thomas, did you play Rogue Legacy?
Mm-mm.
So the perks are Rogue Legacy is probably the best. Actually, one of the best ways to kind of describe a lot of the systems in this game, and
It's a lot like it.
the perk system is kind of like the Descendant system in Rogue Legacy. In that before you choose like a loadout, like you get a special trait, like you have extra XP, or your I think I saw one where your bullet maybe goes a little further.
Yeah, you get or your bullet does more damage. There's all kinds of
Right.
ones, and you unlock them via these card packs over
Right.
time.
And you only have a certain number of you're right, and you only come with like three slots, and each of them takes up.
And I guess you would. I don't know how you unlock them, but you unlock more slots over time.
I imagine
as well.
level up probably,
Yeah,
but
something like that.
and the cards cost different numbers of slots. Like some are one, some are two.
Right.
Interesting.
So you kind of have to pick and choose.
Okay.
So I
It's
wanted
very
to
good.
level up. So today I had one slot that was an XP bonus and a 2 slot that was an XP bonus. So I just loaded those 2 up.
Yeah.
Got lots of XP. So
It's a great game. Very fun.
yeah, really really cool. It just feels perfect. It's just it's fantastic. Can't say enough about it
Get
so
it-
far.
Get it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think this is gonna be the next, like, because there's like a hot roguelike, and it's been Binding of Isaac for a very very long time, and this honestly, I think it has the opportunity to dethrone it because I think it's just so appealing. There was
Well, it's not a.
Enter the Gungeon
not
is another similar one.
Yeah, that's twin stick though.
Yeah, that's twin stick.
So it's I hesitate to like talk about it in the same kind of sentence because that conceit's not there, but
Yeah,
it's
but
just, but it's not.
from
But
a, like
also
a-
it's
from a behind the scenes mechanics level, it's almost
Yeah,
exactly the same.
that's true. And
Yeah.
but there's no like it's not obtuse like a Binding of Isaac. It
Right,
doesn't. It's not like guess what this
there's
does.
there's no. I mean, there's a little bit of that because whenever you're given choices and they have an item, but they don't have a description. So every
Mhm.
couple some rooms there's like 2 items and you pick one and you get whatever you get.
You feed your slimy.
Yeah, so you know.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a little
That's a
slime.
good one.
Yeah, it's really cool. The other thing that I played this week was Event Zero.
Mm. Let's get some of that hot Event Zero
SEO
SEO
from last year.
People are looking at it.
Yeah, Jacksepticeye
Jacksepticeye
played
played
it 6 months
it.
ago.
Yeah,
Top
look
of
at
the
him.
morning to you.
He played it.
It's a puzzle game by I guess puzzle adventure game by Ocelot Society.
Yeah.
It's their first game.
Slow Portal.
It's like a mix of a traditional adventure game, but it has this text adventure like talk to a robot portion. So there's this robot named Kaizen who who's like the AI for the ship that you've like ended up on. And you talk to him and you ask him questions, and he he has like a personality sort of, and like your relationship with him matters. Like he can be offended.
Yeah, aren't you trying to figure out what happened on the ship, and
Right.
you have to like be nice to him or he won't tell you.
Right.
and then
There
he
was
doesn't-
this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's pretty early on in the game, so
Yeah, nobody cares.
but like there was a moment where you're supposed to be looking in this area to figure out what's going to happen next and what you're going to do next. And I didn't do it, and I went outside to like go look around or try to figure, because I couldn't figure out what was happening. And then I came back into the airlock, and you have to ask Kaizen to open the door for you. And he was like, "Well, you didn't do what I told you to do, so I'm just going to leave you out here for a while."
Sure.
And then you're like, "Please open the door." And he's like, "Well, I'm just going to leave you out here." And you're like, "Open the door right now." And then I type, "I'm sorry." And press
Right.
enter. He's like, and the door just opens. like,
Yeah.
immediately. And it's like,
Yeah.
it was such a cool moment. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. And like, this gives me a lot of like nostalgia because like of the text sort of adventure part of it. And it also like Myst and Riven. It has that like lonely feeling that you get in those games. And I actually like care about that character. I think it's a really good, well-written character. I care about the story. I'm interested. I'm like actually reading all the lore because that's basically the whole game. So in the absence of a fun mechanic, it's just walking around and finding out the story. So I guess I can focus on it.
Yeah, it seems like the people that I listen to that like this game are the ones who like
traditional adventure
Day
games.
of the Day of the Tentacle and shit like that.
Yes, yeah. It's cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm probably gonna beat it. Like I'll probably play the whole thing because I'm kind of invested for one of the first times in a while. I played Kingdom, which is
It's called Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a minimalist strategy RPG by Raw Fury Games. They made Goner last year. This is an older game. It's really like I really enjoyed it. It's got an awesome soundtrack. This artist Toy Tree. It's his first soundtrack, but it sounds a lot like the Sword and Sorcery soundtrack by Jim Guthrie and like Disasterpiece.
Okay.
And C418. It's got a real like that vibe. It's got this like kind of ambient cool thing. So it's this visual, like, right, which is just like literally all you do. The only controls there are you ride a horse, you can make the horse run, and you can drop a coin or pay for something. And so that's like the entire control that you have over the thing is, so you get like coins at the beginning of the day, and you start like a kingdom base, basically like a base, and then you go into the forest and like and if you give a coin to one of the people in the forest, they become one of your subjects, and then you can buy tools for them, so like a hammer or like a bow and arrow, and then they become your subject, and they picked up that thing. So you don't really control what they do or at all. Like you can't do anything other than like drop a coin or pay for something. So it's like it's just this very minimal experience.
Hey Jason, what's that last half game?
Half game, it's our mobile bonus, because we love mobile.
Yeah.
Concrete. It's the no. It's just that's what I'm calling
mobile
this
bonus.
That's what I'm calling the segment. It's called
This is
Concrete
gonna be
Jungle.
a clicker, isn't it?
Nope, it's called Concrete Jungle. It's a city planning
And
puzzle
it's
game
it's
with
a clicker where you click.
no, it's a city planning puzzle game with collectible card game elements.
Mhm.
Like Cole Jeffries.
Mm-hmm.
Concrete Jungle, where dreams are made.
Mm-hmm. 420. Bro, plays it.
Yeah.
Blaze Bros for life.
Whoa. Amber is the color of your energy.
Uh-huh. It's a very good Bob Marley song.
Yeah, Amber by Bob Marley. It's like a puzzle game, so you get these cards. Basically, you have a deck of cards that equal like a
Mhm.
building or whatever, and then you're supposed to make each lane, like so each line, to complete it, you have to make it equal like a certain level. Like on this level that they're showing on here now, it's like you have to get 2 points, and it just gets more and more complicated as you go along, and like there's already pre-existing buildings on each lane, and it's like it's really hard, it's really challenging to place everything. It's different every time you play it because it's you have that card element to it. And I think a few times that I played it, it's just like it wasn't even possible to win. uh
Mm-hmm.
which might be a bit of a bad design choice, but like I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, the game is so random it can randomly generate an impossible situation.
Right? Yeah.
That's what's up. That's good. That's good shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Surprisingly, the tutorialization in it is very, very good, and it has good voice acting for an iOS game. Is very odd. And there's this like girl that tells you how to start running the city. She's like a city planner, and she's like the hero, and then there's this like dumb like absentee mayor who's like a fucking idiot.
Oh no.
Who's kind of like the villain of the game, but he's just sort of like dumb and passive and like
Yeah, he just is bad at being
yeah, he's like a
the
bad
mayor
mayor. Yeah.
and refuses to give up being the mayor.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
And it's
Got it.
surprisingly like fun and like like engaging, like for a story for a like a tile based puzzle like city planner game.
Mhm.
I'm like I was like kind of surprised at how fun it is.
This does look like a cool. This does look like a very like interesting mechanic.
This looks
It
more
is.
boring than the Ride the Horse one. Thank you to Colossal for being this week's sponsor.
All right, so thanks for watching the Probcast, and if you found us in a point at the camera so that you know where to look. Point at the camera as you milk. Thanks for watching and are listening to the Probcast. If you found the audio and don't know about our YouTube channel, please check us out at bit.do/pb YouTube. There's a lot of fun videos on there. We upload much more frequently than this comes out. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and we love you. And please like and subscribe at bit.do/pb YouTube.